You're 4 years. Oh, I get you're like 50.
You still going to? Hey, I want to know.
Everybody's running late.
Still? Yeah. How'd that happen? Just because OP was going? Good.
All right, I'm going to give about a 1-minute warning, so feel free to finish up conversations that you're having. We're going to get started in about 1 minute.
was like, can I have 2 appointments for like 10 off for Like, yeah, what do you need?
Stage fright.
Because like every time I get like acrylics, like I always rip them off. Did you see?
Okay. Good evening. I want to thank everybody for coming to the 2024 version of the PHS Boosters Awards / Scholarship Night. I'd like to start off by thanking a few people and doing some introductions. I first would like to introduce and thank for being here our principal, Miss Dawn Mead. One of our assistant principals, Mr. Adam Barrier, is here. And our other assistant principal that's wearing 2 hats tonight, and that's Mr. Coach Baban. I'd also like to thank all the coaches that took time out of their personal lives to be here tonight, whether it be to present to an athlete or whether it be here just to support their student athletes. So coaches, thank you very much for being here. I'd also, thank you, sir. I would also like to take a second, and I want to thank everyone that contributed this year in any way, shape, or form to the Boosters Club having a successful year. But I especially want to thank the Boosters board members for putting in all the time and energy that they had. So I would like to recognize President Amy Brault, Vice President Danielle Wilkins, Treasurer Jen Maslanik, Secretary Melissa Riley, and Fundraising Coordinator Lisa Salata. Everybody needs to understand that without everyone, but certainly these 5 ladies working as hard as they did and dedicating the time and energy that it takes to run a Boosters Club this successfully, we would not be here tonight getting ready to hand out over $17,500 worth of money to 33 deserving senior student athletes. And that doesn't even count the fact that every athlete that's here tonight has a bag in front of them that was also compliments of the Boosters Club as well, to give every senior student athlete a gift for being a part of Python Nation. So again, thank you to everyone that contributed towards the Pelham High Boosters Club. With that said, I would like to get the night started off by calling up the Boosters Club president, Ms. Amy Brault, who's going to give us a little state of the club, if you will.
Thank you all for coming tonight. As many of you know, I'm the current president of the Pelham High Booster Club. But as the saying goes, it takes a village. Todd just introduced all of the ladies who are on the board. They have dedicated their time and effort to making the Booster Club continue seamlessly despite the transition to an entirely new board. I'd also further like to recognize the efforts of Charlotte King and Patty Zanoni, who have been at most, if not all, of our board meetings and have provided helpful advice, feedback, and ideas into all that we do as board members. Lastly, I'd like to recognize our grill master and my husband, Jared Brielt, for stepping up for each football game and track and cross-country meet, despite me giving him a hard time about the occasional grill fire. On behalf of the Booster Club, we are happy to award 34 athletes with scholarships totaling over $17,000 tonight. These awards represent not only the commitment that you, the athletes, have made to Pelham High School athletics, but also to each other and your teammates. Each athlete here tonight has been tenacious, loyal, and an indispensable member of their teams. These awards acknowledge your dedication. However, before we get to the scholarships, there are a few more individuals that the Booster Club would like to recognize and thank. I will start by thanking Ms. Mead, who is a constant presence at games and our athletes' biggest cheerleader, always taking pictures and posting on social media so the students and community are kept up to date on what is happening with our teams. Thank you for your support, Principal Mead, and if you don't mind. or many of us know, but she was always there to handle the situation and to keep our athletes as safe as possible. Her schedule is not an easy one, sometimes running, or golf carting, I should say, from one field to another repeatedly as games overlap, and having to shuffle her schedule based on games that are rained out or rescheduled. We appreciate you, Erin. As most of you know, we are losing an invaluable and committed key individual that has kept the PHS athletic program going and successful. Our loss is Memorial School's gain, and this, of course, is Mr. Kress. Mr. Kress has dedicated 24 years to the Pelham School District in a variety of positions. He's been a math teacher, a varsity basketball coach, athletic director at PMS, and for the last 14 years, athletic director here at Pelham High School. I often say to whomever is with me at games, I don't know how Todd does it. Does he live at the school? The time and unwavering support he has given to each and every team is immeasurable. He is both passionate and dedicated, and we thank him for all he has done to make our athletic program what it is today. So although we are excited and looking forward to welcoming our new athletic director, Justin Huff, to Pelham High School, we will miss Mr. Kress dearly. We wish you all the best, Todd. We'll be seeing you around, and we would like to give this gift as a token of our appreciation. Who have donated their time volunteering, making food for concessions, or simply sending us a Venmo, which is just as helpful. For those parents who still have kids in the school system, and perhaps those who don't, we encourage you to continue to be involved in the coming year, as the Booster Club could not be successful without your support. And I'd also like to note, parents, not only have you spent countless hours driving your kids to practice and games, watching and cheering your athlete on, and supporting the Booster Club, but you have made these amazing athletes who they are today, and we applaud you. Thank you.
Thank you very much to everyone involved. It is with great honor and immense pride that I stand before you today. As your athletic director, I've had the unique privilege of witnessing firsthand your journey, student athletes, over the past 4 years. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to each of you. Thank you for the unforgettable memories that have enriched our school community. You have set records, won championships. If you missed the table out there, that table represents these kids' 4 years at Pelham High School. 8 big state championship plaques and 8 smaller runner-up plaques in just 4 years. And no, boys lacrosse, I haven't forgot. We're not done. To the parent, to the coaches, I thank you for nurturing and guiding these exceptional student athletes. Your unwavering support has played a crucial role in their success. To the parents and families, your encouragement and sacrifices have been the backbone of these accomplishments. Thank you for being the silent supporters behind every victory and a comforting presence with every setback. Student athletes, as you move forward, never forget the community that has supported you and the friendships that have been forged in your heat of competition. Continue to strive for excellence, push your limits, and inspire those around you. Congratulations, class of 2024. Thank you again for those memories, for your athletic accomplishments, and for making us all so incredibly proud. Thank you. #ProudAD. Before we get to our traditional awards that we do on this night, I have a little unfinished business. This year, as this class has shown on the fields and pretty much everywhere, classroom, fields, hallways of Pelham High School, this has been a remarkable senior class. Earlier in the spring, we recognized 4 student athletes that were going to move on and continue playing sports in college. Over the last 2 months, it has come to my attention that we had other student athletes that made that commitment later than when we had our little ceremony, and I just want to take a couple minutes just to acknowledge and recognize those student athletes. After we are done in here tonight, I have the signing table and backdrop set up in the connector, and families, please make your way up there and we will do a mock signing, if you will, to get a nice family photo of you and your student athlete. I'd first like to start by recognizing Mr. Dom Hurling, who will be going to the University of New Hampshire to play football in the fall. Next, I would like to recognize Miss Reese Nicolosi, who signed her letter of intent to run track and field at St. Anselm's College for the next 4 years. Next, I'd like to recognize Diego Jimenez, who has signed his letter of intent to play lacrosse at the University of New England for the next 4 years. Next, I'd like to recognize Mr. Jacob Fredette, who is going to run track and field, or throw track and field, at St. Joseph College in Maine. Next, I'd like to recognize Mr. Nolan Drew, who is headed to to Suffolk University to play baseball, specifically to pitch. And finally, I'd like to recognize Mr. Michael Harrington, who is going to go to Vermont State next year to wrestle. If I forgot anyone, I apologize. I definitely was not told those things, and I can certainly make up for that if for some reason I missed someone. But thank you very much for that time. Okay, we're going to get going, and the first thing we're going to get going with is our NHIA 12 season athletes. This does not come with a scholarship. This is something that is worked out with the NHIA, and we receive a nice certificate for these athletes, and we receive a nice hooded sweatshirt for these athletes. I would actually like to ask Mr. Todd Lozo if he would like to come up and be my Vanna and help me as we go through these names and don't have to be here all night. So these athletes participated in at least 12 seasons at Pelham High School. No specific order. First up, Kyle Eli. Next, we have Reese Nicolosi. Next, we have Elise Sullivan. Next, we have Emily Vincent. Next up, Russell Leonard. I I want to just quickly mention how much I appreciate the boys lacrosse team, all the seniors being here. I know they just got out of practice like a half hour ago, so guys, way to be and way to get here on time. Next up, Morgan Burton. Next, we have Brianna Goslin. Next, Sophia Jonkus. And finally, Logan Dumont. Again, how about a hand for our 12 season athletes? Quite an accomplishment. Okay, next we're going to get to the first of our scholarships, and this is actually going to be the PHS Boosters Scholarship. This is a scholarship that is run through our guidance department, where these student athletes have to apply for the scholarship. I believe they have to write an essay, and then a panel of impartial former boosters parents choose without knowing the names of the people. But I will, at this time, call up again Miss Amy Brialt, who's going to at least introduce it.
This is the 10th year that the Booster Club is awarding a scholarship to a deserving student athlete. However, this year we've decided to award not one, but two scholarships. One to a deserving male athlete and one to a deserving female athlete. In order, as Todd said, in order to be eligible for the scholarship, students must complete an application, have a minimum GPA of a 3.2, and submit an essay where students are asked to describe an event in your athletic career that was challenging, how you handled the situation, and what you learned from it. Once the deadline for submission comes, names are redacted from the applications and each application is numbered. They are then forwarded to an independent group of individuals in the community who do not have children currently in the school system, and they choose the recipients. We do not have any input on who the recipients are. First, I would like to call Mr. Kress up to represent Coach Ridinger to give the first scholarship.
Thought I lost it. This is from Coach Ridinger, who unfortunately, he is going to be here right near the end of the ceremony, but he unfortunately could not get here any earlier than that. So this is what he sent along. This young man has been a 4-year member of the wrestling team and a 3-year captain. He stepped into this role as a sophomore on a team of 5. As a coach in this situation, you try to nurture, not overwhelm your athlete. You give him the tools to start and succeed, as well as allowing them to grow using their own tactics and plans. He did exactly that. He and I, meaning Coach Ridinger, would talk and come up with ideas to improve the team and its individuals. I watched his leadership abilities blossom. Each year, since our numbers have grown, in part to the recruiting of kids and the growing success the team has had. He is the epitome of leading by example. First one in the room, getting tables broken down and mats rolled out, making sure everyone has rides to get to practice, cheering on his teammates at the tournaments and matches, even if he's done for the day. Although the door is closing on his high school career, another door is opening for his future in college. I am certain that his experiences over the last 4 years will give him the confidence to step forward and meet and overcome new challenges he will face. It has been a pleasure to be a mentor and coach for him, and that's why this year the PHS Boosters Award goes to Nathan Meslanik.
And now I'm going to call up Coach Tenzar to give the next award.
Thank you, Mrs. Briel, and thank you, Mr. Kress, for selecting me to present this award. It's quite an honor. First one up the well, so I hope I do okay here. I'm here to present the Pelham High School Booster Award. This award could not go to a more deserving student athlete. When I think of the definition of a student athlete, it is her. When I think of what it means to be a Python, it is her. And what I believe the definition to be Pelham proud, it is her. Her commitment and dedication, as you heard earlier, her name called, a 12-season student athlete, which is absolutely amazing. It shows her commitment and dedication in everything that she does. She also received varsity letters in those sports that she played and received pins for her multiple years in that varsity level. Her commitment and dedication is one of the reasons why I chose her to be my captain of the swim team. She would constantly be there to assist, whether it be in the pool, on the deck, in the bus, in an email. I know that she carries herself well, not only in the academic world, the athletic world, but out in the community. She is a leader, and I see great things for her moving forward. I'm going to miss her, but I know whatever she does, that she's going to do well. On her academic side, those who came to Fine Arts tonight, if you came in through the gym side, you may have seen her artwork. I took a look at it, absolutely amazing. Couldn't believe the detail, and then I saw the name, and I was not amazed at all, because I know her to be that. So, without further ado, I'm going to present the Pelham High School Booster Award to my captain, Emily Vincent.
The next set of awards that we're going to give out is what we call our Commitment to PHS Athletic Awards. These awards are given out based 100% on participation over the 4-year career. Being a school of our size and carrying the amount of varsity sports that we do, that would be impossible to fill out rosters if we had a lot of athletes that just choose one sport. I understand that some athletes choose that, and there's a reason for it. But if we had a lot of our student athletes do that and not branch out and participate, even though it might not be their best sport, in other sports, we would really have trouble fielding 27 varsity teams each year. So a bunch of years ago, we decided to make a Commitment to PHS Athletics Awards. Again, I'd like to call up Coach Lozo, who's going to help me out. Making you work, Coach. When I call your name, please come up and get your Commitment to Pelham Athletics Awards, based on number of seasons played. For playing field hockey and tennis, Jessica Bevins. For playing soccer and lacrosse, Kate Burke. For playing football and basketball, Jake Shula. For participating in field hockey, a couple years of swimming, and then outdoor track, Molly Coakley. For participating in a couple different seasons for a couple different years of cheerleading, and also lacrosse, Michaela Cruz. For participating in field hockey and swimming, Ireland Curran. For participating in soccer, switching in his senior year to golf, and playing baseball, Nolan Drew. For participating in soccer, basketball, and outdoor track, Jacob Fredette. For participating in cheer, swimming, indoor track, and outdoor track, Brianna Goslin. For participating in soccer, gave indoor track a whirl this year, and also baseball, Kyle Hardy. For participating in basketball and baseball, Zach James. For participating in football and lacrosse, Diego Jimenez. For participating in football and lacrosse, Jesse Killian. For participating in soccer, indoor track, and outdoor track, Ryan LaPlante. For participating in football, wrestling, and lacrosse, Russell Leonard. For participating in football, gave baseball a whirl for a couple years, and then switched over to lacrosse, Aiden Lynch. For participating in cheerleading, gymnastics, and outdoor track, Gabrielle Manuti. For participating in football and lacrosse, Memphis Patterson. For participating in cross-country, indoor track, and outdoor track, Elise Sullivan. For participating in fall cheerleading and winter cheerleading, Juliet Tavolaris. For participating in football and basketball, Connor Travis. And finally in this category, for participating in soccer and basketball, Olivia Todd. Congratulations to all the student athletes that received a Dedication to Pelham Athletics Award tonight. That award. Before we started giving out those awards, it was, well, we were over at the Harris Inn having chicken and stuffing, but we were only giving out 10 awards every year. So we wanted a way to reward some of the other student athletes that gave up a lot of their time through the 4 years with multiple sports. So that's why that category exists. Okay, now we're going to get to the 10 awards that we give out. These awards are, the athletes are nominated by their coaches to me. I then put together a nomination sheet, then a smaller committee of coaches sits down, and then we decide who we feel deserve these awards. We've been doing it this way for years, and in my opinion, it works very, very well. So, we are going to start with what we call our Python Pride Award. We will start with the female, which means I want to call up Coach Stephanie Day to present this award.
I'm so happy to announce this year's Python Pride winner. She was a letter-winning athlete in both field hockey and softball. I was able to hear from her softball coach, and we both agreed that she is an outstanding young lady. She has always been such a pleasure to coach and has been such a hard-working, positive, and influential player for both of our teams. She's always loved to be on the field and been so involved with her teammates. She improved so much from her freshman year and took on the captain role in both field hockey and softball with outstanding positive leadership. She loved being a part of it all and wore the Python colors with so much pride. Her positive attitude and acceptance of our program spread throughout. We're both very proud of her and excited for her future. Lauren Lacoste.
By the way, all of these awards is one male and one female. So for the Python Pride Award on the male side, I'd like to call up Coach Tom Baban to present this award.
Coach Brian Johnson, boys lacrosse, couldn't be here tonight, and this is what he had to say about this individual. He's the epitome of what it means to be a Python. He works tirelessly on the field while getting it done in the classroom. He is a leader amongst his teammates, but is always ready to listen to other ideas. He leads by example and is always the first one to pick up a teammate and offer words of encouragement. This individual is a big reason for the boys lacrosse team's success this season. He will be attending St. Anselm in the fall, and I am sure he will make all of us proud. This Python Award winner was part of 4 state championships in football. While injured in each of his first 3 seasons, this student athlete wanted to be part of the team and filmed football games. As a senior, he was able to overcome injuries and finally see the game field and was a contributor to an undefeated state championship team. There was a true sense of pride when he put on the Pelham uniform. It is with great pleasure to introduce Kyle Eli.
Our next award is in the category of Outstanding Leadership. For the female winner, I would like to call up Coach Todd Lozo, who's going to present this award.
Thank you, Mr. Gruss. This year's Female Leadership Award goes to an outstanding young lady. She has shown tremendous character on and off the field and has accepted the leadership role with positivity and gratitude. She's led by example through hard work, determination, and a great attitude. It's incredibly impressive that she was chosen as a captain in 3 of the sports that she competed in. Since her freshman year, she's constantly grown into a very valuable student athlete and a big part of her team's success. She's been tasked with leading our cross-country team, guarding the toughest and most athletic opponents on the basketball court, and became our number 3 hitter in our softball lineup this year. All of our coaches have stated that she has been such a pleasure to have on their rosters and has embraced the captain role very well. Her constant improvement year after year is a true testament to all of her hard work and dedication to her team and teammates. She's led by example and has done a great job of staying so positive through great times and difficult ones. She has a great ability to keep a level head and staying consistently upbeat through any situation. Her leadership is something that has been truly special for our programs and will greatly be missed after this year. I'm proud to announce our 2024 Female Leadership Award is Morgan Burton.
Now to present the Male Outstanding Leadership Award, I'd like to call up Coach Brandon Hannon to present this.
I might give this one away right away, but it's hard to be a leader and a captain on a team of 80 athletes alone. It's even harder when you're an athlete who isn't even able to compete due to injury in his senior year on a team. This athlete has been a leader since their sophomore year when they first joined the team. They're always wondering what they could do to help improve younger athletes on the team and also to help improve themselves for the overall benefit of the team. This season, he was all but guaranteed a spot on our state champion 4x4 team, and due to injury before the season, wasn't able to run a single race. That didn't stop him. He continued throughout the entire season and continued to work to improve his teammates to get us to that ultimate goal of winning a championship on the 4x4. He's been looked up to by all other athletes on the team, and he's going to be truly missed on this team. Outstanding leadership goes to Jack Druin.
Our next category is Outstanding Sportsmanship. And for that, I would like to, on the female side, call up Coach Stephen Hammer, who's going to present this award.
Sportsmanship is all about the spirit of the game. It is love for the sport, love for your teammates and your competition, and seriousness towards training and competing. This athlete embodies all of that and more. I only coached this athlete for 1 year, yet I quickly discovered all of her sportsmanship qualities. She brought everyone on the team together and kept things fun and positive. She was serious about training and encouraged others around her to be serious also. During practices and meets, she helped to keep the team focused and organized. Not only that, but she is also an exceptional athlete. I only discovered halfway through the season that the previous spring she was the state champion in the 100-meter hurdles. Yet at the state meet for cross country, she was near the top of the field, just missing qualifying for the meet of champions. So 5K, 100 meters. And this track season, she's continued to do well. At the D3 state meet, she placed second in the 300-meter hurdles before placing 9th at the meet of champions just yesterday. I hope to see this athlete continue to run and improve at college, and I'm sure with all the quality she won this award for, she will be successful in whatever she does. So I'd like to present the Sportsmanship Award to Reese Nicolosi.
To give out the Outstanding Sportsmanship Award for the male recipient, I'd like to call up Coach Joe Morin, our basketball coach.
you, Todd. Good evening, everyone. When I discovered that I'd be presenting this award, I decided to think back on why I nominated this player and exactly what good sportsmanship is. It certainly isn't measured by statistics or any other quantitative measurement, but I think everyone would agree you know it when you see it. I believe everyone who displays good sportsmanship possesses certain qualities: a strong work ethic, a strong sense of value, and a strong self-worth. They display a love of the game, a happiness for personal success of a teammate, as well as the overall success of the team. They don't taunt, they don't belittle opponents, because they know their self-worth comes from the hard work they put in and the confidence that their teammates display in them. They enjoy the challenge of competition, always show respect for their coaches, the officials, and school administrators. They are quick to offer a hand to a fallen teammate or an opponent. While they may not like the call or the outcome of the game, they handle it with respect and dignity. This young man displayed all these qualities. I've been fortunate to coach him for basketball for 3 years. I cannot think of a better player who represents the core values of Pelham High School athletics. I am privileged to present Logan Dumont with the Pelham High School Python Sportsmanship Award.
Okay, our next award is for Outstanding Scholar Athlete. And I want to make sure everyone understands this is combination of scholar and athlete. So with that said, I'd like to start with the female side, and I'd like to call up Coach Carlos Fuertes to present this award.
Perfection is probably the best word I can describe this student athlete. From the first day I met her, I saw her at practice from her freshman year. You can tell that she gives it all at every little thing. And I'm talking about every little thing that you ask of her. She goes for perfection. And she showed it through all her 4 years. Not only did she help improve the team, but the thing about it too is she was an amazing player that she improved not only our team, but unfortunately also she helped improve her opponents, because her opponents gave me a lot of feedback of what an incredible player and how hard they had to work to play against her. Same thing with coaches. Coaches realize we've got to come up with a heck of a plan to stop her. That's how amazing she was. But her perfection was not only at practice. You can tell by her conversations and how much she cared about her school. She is one of the top students in this class, and her passion was what I found so amazing. She has won so many awards. Okay, she was 3 times All-State. She was also All-New England, and she's also been nominated for the High School Scholar All-American. And tonight, it's a pleasure and an honor for me, and I'm definitely going to miss her a lot. So for the Scholar Athlete, goes to Ashlyn Walsh.
Okay, next up we do our Outstanding Scholar Athlete on the male side, and for that I'd like to call up Coach Bobby Druin.
I'm glad I'm following Carlos, so I don't actually have to move this microphone. Thanks, Carlos. First, I'd just like to thank and congratulate all the student athletes here tonight. It's not easy to leave the practice field to go home and study and do everything that you do, as well as compete on the field and then be good stewards inside the school. So, congratulations to all of you. Also, I'd like to thank Ms. Mead, the administration, the teachers, and specifically Mr. Kress for the commitment to the student athletes here at Pelham High. Without their guidance and building of a supportive learning environment, these students could not achieve the successes that they have today. Obviously, when you look out at the championship one, it's pretty impressive. And thank you to the boosters as well. This is kind of an irony that I'm presenting a scholar athlete award, but it is absolutely my pleasure to be able to announce this award to one of my players. I've had the pleasure of coaching him since he was around 8 or 9. I've been in the unique position to watch him grow, both as a person, an athlete, and as a student. His journey, like so many of us in this room, is not going to be a straight line, right? He had to overcome injuries, time on JV, as well as time on varsity. Every moment that he participated, he gave you every ounce of effort. When his number was called, he gave you everything he had, anything any coach could ever ask for. He embraced his responsibility as a role player, one that worked quietly in the background, grinding to enhance his individual skills to make sure that he was better every time he took the field. His name doesn't necessarily appear in a banner up there for individual success, but there's no way that the team and or some of the individuals that did win awards from our team could have succeeded without his work. These skills he learned on the field regarding patience, teamwork, preparation, and compassion for his fellow athletes will pair well with his acumen and excellence in the classroom. He's an outstanding student. I can't give his rating because that's still being calculated, right, Ms. Mead? One that has sharpened his knowledge and craft in preparation for the next chapter of his journey. These skills will serve him well now and in the future, especially as he looks to pursue a career in healthcare. So, to all you students, there's a reason that the windshield is bigger than your rearview mirror. Your path is bright, your futures are ahead of you, but from time to time, look back on your time here at PHS, as well as the coaches, teachers, staff, and lessons that you've learned along the way. It is my honor to give this award to Ben Reardon. Now you can lift this thing back up.
Before we get to these final 2 awards in the category of Python Award, I just want to take a couple minutes of your time, so bear with me and I think you'll appreciate it at the end. I've been doing these awards nights for a long time, and every now and then you come to a year that is extremely, extremely competitive. And when that happens, sometimes really successful or really deserving student athletes maybe don't get an award. In 2001, we had a runner in this school named Patrick Moulton. Patrick Moulton won multiple state and even a New England championship in outdoor track and field and cross country. That year, and deservingly so, another young man, I'll name drop, Tim Hirsch, won for multiple championships in wrestling and being first team All-State in baseball. Because Patrick didn't win the Python Award, he really didn't fit into any of the other categories, and Patrick that year went unrecognized. In 2009, I had a basketball player that scored 1,800 career points at Pelham High School. Number 2 all time to a young man named Keith Brown is number 1. His name was Justin Hodgelow. And Justin Hodgelow, 1,800 points, a state championship, a state runner-up, player of the year in D2. Unfortunately, Justin Hodgelow was in the same class as Bruce Vieira. And Bruce Vieira was a 3-time 1,000-yard rusher, multiple state champion, player of the year, multiple times. Deserved the Python Award. Justin did not get recognized on that night at the Boosters Award. This is my final one, so I'm going to do something right. We have in front of us a 3-time Division III state champion, a Meet of Champions champion, a New England qualifier, and he's up on a banner for 111 career wins. I'll ruin the surprise right now. Michael's not going to win the Python Award, but I'm not walking out these doors and not recognizing Michael Harrington for his outstanding athletic achievement. Michael, please come up. I think it was Ricky Gervais who once hosted the Golden Globes and said, "It's my final time, I can do anything I want." Okay, now to get to the final awards. First, on the female side, I would like to call up Coach Bob Shepard to present this award.
Thank you very much. It's my great pleasure to be selected to present this award. Before I get on my comments, I want to read from Coach Fischera. He wrote a quick little note to me. He said, "I was first introduced to this player when she was in the 5th grade attending her sister's varsity game. She was standing with her mom, and as we talked about the game with her lacrosse stick, cradling and doing stick tricks. I thought to myself, this kid has better skills, I can't say it, that's hard to say, stick skills now with some of the girls who are just out on the field. I wonder if I'll be around long enough to coach her too." Thankfully, I have been. The girls lacrosse team has been incredibly fortunate over the years to have the Python Award winners as part of the program. This doesn't necessarily mean that they lead the league or even the team in stats. It means they have made our program a better athletic experience for everyone to be successful in. It means as a coach, I've been fortunate to experience the most passionate and dedicated athletes that Pelham has to offer. She has been a varsity starter from her first day as a freshman and has done everything on the field except play goalie that we have ever asked of her. Because of her abilities on the field, she would be a varsity starter for any team in New Hampshire. Thankfully, though, she wasn't anywhere else except Python Blue. So my comments on this class, the class of 2024, is that it is an impact class. On the girls' side, it was an impact class. On the boys' side, clearly an impact class as well. It brings me back to a similar class, which was back in 2017, when we saw such great student athletes as Emily Bevins, Abigail Jonkus, Lindsay Nimizik, close, and Lily Schleiman, and Sarah Radcliffe. However, the award winner tonight was an impact player, in my opinion, in 3 sports. Unlike any other player that I've known, this player was an impact player for each team when she got on the field. Three-time sport player, varsity sports for soccer, basketball, my team, and lacrosse. During her 4 years at Pelham High, her soccer team won a state championship. Our basketball team went to the semifinals twice, and her lacrosse team was in the postseason all 4 seasons. The freshman class that we had, this 2024 class, and there's some kids here that started out on our team. I don't know if I can see that far back or not. I know they're here somewhere. We started out with 5 kids from the class of 2024. And I vividly remember, this was COVID, and so I never knew what these kids looked like. They all had masks on during practice. But we practiced, Todd got us practice time, thanks for his great work, got us practice time at the elementary school. And I remember lining up the freshmen, the 5 freshmen to do sprints, and they went zooming up and down the court. And I'm looking at them thinking, wow, these kids are great. Then I looked at my seniors. I said, how come you guys don't run like that? And they said, well, we do, coach. I said, we just don't do it during practice. Okay. The seniors, I also remember trying to get these freshmen to slow down during games. And I said, no, we're not going to slow down. We're going to keep running hard. Great group of kids. We started out with 5. The next season, Morgan joined us. As you may know, Morgan Burton, pretty fast kid too, can really run like the wind. And so these kids were great. All 5, all 6 of them were great kids, wonderful kids to coach. For this award winner, she and her 2 senior classmates were captains of our team. And those 3 seniors did a wonderful, wonderful job for this team. They kept everybody together. They worked very hard. We had an extremely successful season this year because of the award of these 3 seniors. The one thing I would say about this award winner, during the season, during the 4 seasons, she occasionally would foul out. But I think if you talk to her even today, she has never actually committed a foul in 4 years. Amazing how that happened. I can't understand how that could be. She's a very good-natured young lady, intelligent, opinionated, characteristics that I admire. She was a terrific captain for our team. In my opinion, one of the greatest defensive players I have ever coached, and I've coached for a long, long time, one of the greatest rebounders that I've ever coached. She's a very fortunate young lady. She has a supportive family that are always there to support her. I have no doubt that she'll have great success in whatever she chooses to do. It's my great honor to present the 2024 Python Award to Sophia Jonas.
Okay, for our final award tonight, and I just want to emphasize again, when the awards are done in here, anyone that would like to take part in some picture taking out in the connector out there, we definitely are going to start with any of the families of the student athletes that I mentioned earlier. Any of those families that would like to get, I've got a little certificate for the athlete to sign, and we'll get a nice picture of the letter of intent signing, even though you've already done that. I hope it still has a lot of meaning for you. The last award is going to be the Male Python Award winner, and for that, I'm going to call up Coach Tom LeBand to present.
It is very rare for an athlete to have the same impact on 2 sports in high school, both academically and athletically. His basketball coach, Mr. Joe Moran, had these words: "This individual is a tireless worker and a fierce competitor. He challenged himself and teammates to perform at their best. He was always at his best in the biggest moments." And here are some snapshots of what he did in basketball. 2023-2024 co-captain, 2-time state champion, Jack Ford Student Athlete of the Year in Division II, 2023 Second Team Division II All-State, 2024 First Team Division II All-State, 2-time Little Sun All-Star, 2-time Eagle Tribune All-Star, 1,000 point scorer for his career. David Silbert, author of The Predictive Index, states being a team player means being ready, willing, and able to support the team no matter what lies ahead. More specific to sports, the best team players are the ones who act unselfishly and make decisions for the good of the team. This student athlete embodied all qualities you want on your team. As a coach, you need someone who shares your vision of how the team should look at different points in the season, and you want your best player to be most unselfish and humble. This was demonstrated by being the last person in the locker room after games, picking up trash, or understanding individual achievement comes second to team success. A quick glance into this young man's football accomplishments: 2022 second team All-State Division II West, 2023 Player of the Year Division II West, 2023 Lowell Sun All-Star, 2023 Eagle Tribune All-Star, 2023 Athlete of the Month for the month of November, the Union Leader, 2023 Co-Captain, 2023 Team Co-MVP, 2024 Chad Hospital All-Star Game Participant, preferred walk-on at the University of New Hampshire for the fall of 2024. He will be the first Division I football athlete in program history. He is a four-time undefeated state champion in football. Very few coaches are lucky enough to have coached such a student athlete. When you hit the jackpot to coach two from the same family, each winning Player of the Year and state titles, it's very special. I could not be more proud of the way this individual overcame injuries and emerged from his brother's shadow to become the most decorated athlete in the history of Pelham High School. Varsity football and basketball have been played at PHS since 1993 together, and this individual is the first to be on the banners for 1,000 yards rushing in a season and 1,000 points in basketball for his career. Vince Lombardi once stated, "Winners never quit and quitters never win. The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." Confidence is contagious. This best sums up this young man and what he stood for. I am more than honored to present the 2024 Python Award to Don Merlin.
I hate to tell you, Jake, but he actually just grew right out of your shadow. Okay, so as I said, that is going to wrap up our awards night tonight. I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to go back to my original speech, and I want to thank every student athlete that is in this room that has given Pelham Athletics 4 years of hard work and commitment. Give me about 2 minutes, and I will be out in the connector. Oh.
So I'm going to be annoying these people, and while he's setting up in the connector, can I have all of the student athletes outside to take pictures? Outside the connector, I think it's 40,000 that thing will let you set up.
Yes. All right, very good. So all the student athletes exit right in the connector and for pictures.
Is this still running? Of course, my parents are the other way. Is it live? Yeah. Say hi. This is Tay. It's still going. Morgan, it's live. I can't turn it off. I don't know how.
What is that?
Don't touch it.
You touched it. At that place in Drake?
It's home or whatever.
My boss like called me right away. I didn't know that I got promoted to
I could have given her Carolyn or Abigail's.
Yes, I know.